I'm here in Ossian having coffee with Joel Goldsmith to discuss some work you had done by Colliers Heating and Air. How are you, Joe?
I'm doing pretty good so far. At least I'm still vertical.
Now, I understand about 5 years ago you had an issue, and you called Colliers Heating and Air to help you with it. Can you tell us that story?
Yeah, it was kind of ironic. We was getting into the summertime, and we bought the house about a year and a half before that, and everything worked pretty good. Well, I kicked on the air conditioner, and it worked kind of part-time off and on a little bit, and I ended up calling Colliers. They come out, and I said, check this thing out. And he said, well, the only thing that matters is a switch, but it's kind of old system. They put that in when they built the house. And I said, well, can you get me by maybe until fall, we'll see what's going on. And they checked the rest of the unit out, and he says, oh, but by the way, we did find a cracked heat exchanger, which I was grateful for, I was like, good Lord, just what I need. Anyhow, my wife and I was talking about it, and she says, we ought to look into water furnace, the geothermal business, and see what that's all about, and get some prices and see, because we was going to get a high-end regular furnace anyhow at fall. Right. So we killed 2 birds with 1 stone, got that bad boy put in there, and I absolutely love it. I'll tell you what, it's really, I wouldn't trade it for the world. And what I like about it, regardless if you're running on heat or air conditioning, you set that thermostat and it don't venture off 1 degree. I mean, it stays pretty consistent, so I really like that. And economically, absolutely love it.
Now, I think you mentioned earlier that it pretty much paid for itself the first year?
The difference between a regular furnace and the water furnace, that additional cost, I think it pretty well will come right down to where the normal furnace would be just in that first year. I wouldn't buy a propane, gas. And it's just more efficient. It's cheaper on electricity. It don't spin that dial that the electric people like to spend you the bill on. So.
And have you found the temperature more consistent in the house, where you don't have hot spots, cold spots? It's pretty much even all throughout the house.
Yeah, I don't have any hot spots or cold spots. It's real even, and like I said, it don't vary a degree. I mean, it stays right there. Go anywhere in the house, and this is the warmest house you've ever been, especially after getting a water furnace in. It's really helped me.
Now, how was the installation process?
It's kind of cool. They really methodically, went through everything, got it all changed out, and we put in the loop system, the horizontal loop system, And I think they could have did verticals and stuff like that, but we had enough property to do the horizontal, and it just works super. Not a bit of trouble. I love it.
So 5 years later, you're still in love with the water furnace geothermal unit?
Trade it for all the tea in China.
And have you been recommending it to friends?
Oh, yeah. In fact, my brother-in-law lives in Lebanon, Indiana, and they got put a water furnace in down there. As an example, I know Lebanon's a little bit farther away, but I think there was a couple folks around here that stopped and even asked about it. And he said, "How do you like it?" Oh, and I give them the whole spiel about it. Hey, cool. And so, and there's been some housing additions, I think, in the area where they're really just about going all water furnace, geothermal type thing, setting that up. So that's kind of cool. And it saves. It's the best way to go. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Now we're downstairs at Joe's house, actually looking at the geothermal unit by Water Furnace. This is really slick. I mean, it's incredible. I don't feel any wasted heat coming out of this at all.
No, it's just super tight, super neat, quiet. It's running now. We got a superheater involved with it for the hot water heater. That bad boy cuts the electricity expense down quite a bit. So it kind of, has heat, and of course transfers over and everything. Right. So that works real great. And our house is so tight, we had Colliers put a dehumidifier with this. Normally you would go humidifier in the winter time. I got enough tightness and moisture where we got a dehumidifier, and it works in conjunction with this water furnace, and it's absolutely great. I really like it.
And the only maintenance you really have to do is change your filter periodically, right?
The only thing I've ever done, now we have service calls once in a while that they double check and see how it's going. So far I have no issue, but I do change the filter, when required, change it out, slap another one in, and good to go. It's pretty pretty slick outfit.
And considering what this unit does, it really doesn't take up that much space. I mean, it looks pretty much the same as a regular traditional furnace and doesn't occupy any more room.
Everything you see here, I'm in about a 4.5 or 5 foot area, and that's all it is. Just stepped in the corner here, and cool. It's this is our little furnace room, and it takes up actually a little less room than our other furnace that we had in here, as you can see by the paint on the floor where the other one was. So, yeah.
Well, thanks so much, Joe. Let's go back upstairs, and then we'll let you get back to your canning.
Oh, yeah. I got a whole bunch of... What I like about, like I said earlier, everything is just even keel. It's they don't vary 1 degree hardly, and it's efficient. In the long run, it saves you a lot of money, and it's pretty well trouble-free. I haven't had an issue at all.
If you're looking to invest in your home and your comfort before the winter comes, contact Colliers Heating and Air.